name is Nadia Hernandez. I am a junior here at DePaul studying journalism. My photo is from the La Palia issue of October 3rd, and it's a picture of me and one of my best friends, Jackie Cardenas. And this was at a reception for NHJ DePaul, and we basically made a speech / editorial about the need for Latinx bilingual professors here at DePaul. And this was after we finished our speech, and it was very, relieving. And so we hugged each other, and we were just, finally able to breathe. One of those moments that felt very satisfying and felt so, I don't even know, it felt so relieving, and it felt so good, and I had felt so empowered. And I think it's one of the most empowering moments I've ever had here at DePaul. So we started this back probably early August, so second week of August, and we didn't really have a starting place. We had a huge document where we were just let's brainstorm a bunch of stuff. Ever since September, we've been going through edits, and we had it shared with about 10 people. And they all went through it, and they were constantly take this out, or rephrase this, or add something here to strengthen your argument. And we'd be can you look at this? Can you look at that? And now it's out in the world, and it's kind of physical, it's printed, and I can now just show people look at my work, look at how much this is. It was if they didn't agree with something, they had to note it, because I didn't want to put something in there that we didn't agree on. I didn't want a single word in there that felt was out of place at all. So it was a lot of that. Hopefully they don't think that happened overnight, because it definitely didn't. Okay, great. So it's over 2 pages. So there's me and Jackie at the top. At the bottom was our guest speaker for the reception, Laura Rodriguez Presa, who's DePaul alum, but she also works for the Tribune, and she's super freaking cool. It just means so much to me, and the fact that it's in Spanish and that we're talking about the need for bilingual professors at DePaul is just something I am very passionate about, and I really hope that before me and Jackie graduate, we can leave the future students here with some great resources. There are a lot of people who go through La Palia do want to pursue bilingual journalism in the future, and it's not necessarily someone who just needs to speak Spanish. That's a skill most people have developed even if they are not Hispanic or Latino, but La Palia also runs stories exclusively on the Latino issues of the city, the country, and pretty much in the world. And there isn't someone in this program who can not only help them stylistically, so even just grammar of Spanish, making sure that everything, it's not just translating. I think people think that what La Palia does is just translate, and translating is not just what they do. I come from a lot of my personal experience, but also too with the experience of La Palia, which Jackie is the editor-in-chief of, and I manage the La Palia that primarily or only pretty much runs in English, while she manages La Palia, which exclusively runs in Spanish. We're the only university that has not 1 but 2 Spanish language student publications. Jackie was in a news reporting class and had a question on an article that I had written, and she asked Chris Bury, who's a professor here, if I had ever had if he had ever had me as a student, and I did the previous quarter. So he connected us, and then we went to this thing together to cover it, and she joined La Palia, I think maybe a month or 2 later, and we've been kind of besties ever since. I think we would have met regardless. I think that timing ended up pretty well. And now we're both managers at our paper, which is pretty cool.